It's now in Studio B to discuss things that are of much more importance.
And another guy we could play video games
Ed
with.
Eyestone. Yes, Coach, you are welcome to come play some type of video games. Maybe we'll get the old Nintendo track and field.
Maybe that would work fine.
The World Track Meet game.
I'm more Pong. Pong came out when I was in high school.
Yeah.
We were just riveted watching this little dot come across. Boop.
Wow.
Boop.
This is amazing.
Okay, Boomer.
Break out the Atari. Yes.
Did you ever? So obviously you're an Olympian and like 3-time national champ. 3? Did I miss any? 3?
Actually, it was 4.
It was 4. I was going to say.
Who's counting?
You should. You won. Did you ever do that? So Nintendo, the original one, the NES, they had a little mat you lay on the ground and you'd like pitter-patter and then jump.
It was at a party one time and I played that, but
yeah.
I'm pretty slow twitch, so I probably didn't even win the
You had to race the cheetah and the bear.
You're not doing like the marathon on the NES?
No, didn't want to do that.
The 10K. Yeah.
Ed, understandably, these are very, very unique and unparalleled times. So let's start with how would you explain the last week of your life as a coach and just as a human being in this?
Yeah, I mean, like everybody else, just very surreal, unprecedented times that we're living through, and obviously we want to support, the World Health Organization and all those involved in making the decisions here in the United States in terms of what we're doing. So very supportive. The decisions that are being made now in terms of shutting down things are going to save lives. So that's very important. But obviously, when they were first being shut down on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it was very disappointing. And again, just surreal. We had our team down in Albuquerque, New Mexico, getting ready for the indoor championships, and very excited about that and the prospects. And our athletes have worked so hard to get in a position to compete at the national meet. And then the first thing that we heard was that an athlete from Harvard was not being allowed to fly out. And we just thought, oh, well, that's kind of a rash move. How could they not allow him to come out? And that was Wednesday afternoon when we got there. And then by Wednesday evening, I think the whole thing transpired with the NBA in terms of shutting down the NBA. Then Thursday morning, we just thought, well, okay, we're here, so the meet will proceed. But then the Big Ten, I think, pulled out, the ACC pulled out, and then we were thinking, well, everybody else is still here, so maybe they'll just redraw the heats. And then about 3 o'clock or so was when the final announcement was made. And obviously we understand. I mean, it kind of puts things in perspective when we're talking about lives and the spread of the disease. I understand the importance for, in some cases, quarantining or at least social distancing. And so we're totally supportive of that, but also a feeling of kind of devastation, I guess. Maybe devastation is a little too strong in terms of just canceling a season, but huge disappointment, more so for the athletes than for the coaches. We're going to, most coaches are going to be back for the foreseeable future and continue their careers. But for our student athletes, particularly our senior athletes that have focused and this was going to be their swan song, their senior years when they get their best times, their best marks, and the culmination of their collegiate dreams. And in some cases, setting themselves up for professional contracts, and to then have that just kind of cut off was very disappointing. And I was proud of our athletes, the way that they kind of took that on. And in the case of my guys, what do you do to handle the disappointment of the NCAA meet being canceled when you've worked all year in all your lifetime, athletic lifetime, to get there, to become an All-American? A guy like Talem Franco, who I think is number 3 on our all-time mile indoor list, and was just looking to make a splash on the national scene, and then to have that rug pulled out for him. What did he do? He went he got in his uniform and his singlet, BYU singlet and shorts that he was going to compete in, and he went with his 3 teammates, and they went out on a 12-mile run out along the Rio Grande River. And I just went, man, I am proud of you men, because you are making the best of a really tough situation. And so that was awesome.
I saw you tweeted about that, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
to see them
really
rep the
cool.
Y and still hang in there. Tell us about some of the other athletes, and you can't name everyone, of course, but highlight some of the I guess best stories from perhaps seniors that won't get an outdoor season now. And luckily, the NCAA is saying, "Okay, outdoor sports, we're going to grant eligibility.
Outdoor is still there, but obviously, if you're a senior and you're going to make that happen, then you got to kind of reevaluate. Okay, do I add another minor? Do I get a double major? And so, and many of these athletes have job opportunities already out there, so it'd be a real sacrifice for them to do that. But I'm really pleased that the NCAA has said, hey, listen, we're going to give those spring sport athletes an opportunity, and they're still talking about the winter sport athletes as well. Later in the day, as I kind of came to terms with, my athletes, then I also started thinking about, well, what about, Sean Olmstead and his amazing volleyball team, and the Mark Pope and his basketball players. They're all in similar situations. So we're kind of all in this together, and we're going to all figure this out. But, just one step at a time as things unfold. And things are in a really fluid situation right now. I think the first thing that we as coaches do is we kind of say, okay, what now? What's our next focus? What's our next goal? Since the NCAA tournament has been, or the NCAA championships in our case has been taken off, and the outdoor season has been taken off the plate, what can we look for now to kind of work towards? And the Olympic trials is still out there, okay? Now, day by day, again, fluid situation. We may find I think there's some pressure, and I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe that the Olympic Games in Tokyo are going to be postponed a year or two. But for the time being, they're still there. The Olympic trials are still an opportunity. So I think our upper level athletes, the ones that probably were at the national championships, are now kind of refocusing or saying, okay, well, let's try to get ready so that if this thing's runs its course, then we can be there. We can be ready in June when the Olympic trials come up. So in many cases, at least with our track and field athletes, it's been a matter of finding another goal, another thing for them to pursue and to keep them motivated and keep them going.
Ed Eyestone on BYU Sports Nation, 2019 Cross Country National Coach of the Year, MPSF Indoor Track and Field Coach of the Year, BYU Sports Nation favorite Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year, yeah.
Coach, let's talk about. I'm intrigued with Whitney Orton. She's having a remarkable season. What does the future hold for her once all of this slows down and this pandemic is downgraded?
Yeah, well, Whitney is one of those athletes that I think has a great professional career ahead of her, and also she has another year to come back and do some great things for us as well. And that's one of the stories that we were looking at, that she had a great opportunity to win the 3,000 meters, and so I think for her, yes, a real disappointment. But I had a chance to talk to her on the bus ride to the airport, and she was just saying, she was going to come back. She was going to be stronger than ever. She was kind of philosophical in her approach that she still has that talent. Talent is talent, and she's still going to have that opportunity in the future. And so she's an athlete that, again, this was going to be her big coming out party in terms of a national championship, in terms of being able to win the 3,000 meters. We had a very good women's DMR, so I feel sorry for Coach Taylor in that this was going to be an opportunity for her to win the national championship that they came so very close to doing in cross country, and now this was going to have a chance to win the DMR. There was no way they were not going to win that. So tough for her, but her athletes in that DMR, they're all going to be back next year, and I think they'll have that opportunity next year.
Who else do you want to highlight from track and field? Because there's so many good stories.
Well, yeah. I mean, a guy like Brian Matthews, who's he hadn't qualified for the indoor championships, but I'm sure was going to make it in the outdoor. And he's a senior. And is he going to be able to come back in the decathlon and make that? Talon Franco, who is running so very well right now in the mile, he's a senior. And that's one reason why I was a little late today, is we were talking about, okay, what do we do now? What's going to be our mileage? What's our focus and our intensity, and is he going to go professional? Is there going to be a market for any professionals right now, since the tremendous economic impact of what's going on right now? Some of the shoe companies aren't going to be looking to sign as many people, and without him having his senior season to post some fast times, is that even going to be a possibility for him? So, but I think he's prepared to kind of look at maybe getting a double major, coming back and having a phenomenal senior year. And if not, then we're going to give him opportunities, hopefully when things open up later in the summer, to run some fast times, to impress the shoe companies, to get the professional contract so he can continue on and pursue his Olympic dreams.
Coach, it's great to have you in studio and cathartic to talk through things. We appreciate you.
Oh, it is nice.
You taking some time with us.
You know what? Sport is the thing that that gets us through tough times, and that's one of the difficult things that I think all the athletes are going through right now, because those have been canceled. But you know what? Wherever there's a playground, wherever there's a grass field, wherever there's a straight road for guys to run on, they're going to be able to go out and do those things to get them through. Even though it might not be organized in the NCAA fashion, it will be there, because that is what keeps us going through.
And say hi to my guy Michael Bluth.
Okay. Yes.
Every time I see a tweet, I quote it with the rest of development. He's my favorite.
And Michael Bluth is one of those guys who is doing very well this senior season, and you know, he has some big things ahead of him. But it's just a matter of refocusing our goals, finding opportunities to do that, and hopefully Michael can do that as well.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Stay safe
Thank you,
and
guys.
healthy.
Yeah.